You're watching In Focus. 50 years ago this month, 13 civil rights activists, black and white, began a historic bus ride through the southern United States that would lead to dramatic changes in American society. Showing courage as they were taunted and attacked, the Freedom Riders inspired dozens of people to join Freedom Rides from other cities. VOA's Deborah has the story.
These original Freedom Riders are getting off a bus in Washington for an event to honor them.
And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave.
They are among the more than 400 people who joined the 1961 Freedom Rides in the American South. Joan Mulholland remembers the white segregationist saying,
"You're a traitor to the race and a disgrace."
Mulholland was a college student when she was arrested during the ride for illegally crossing racial lines. Another was John Lewis, now a U.S. congressman. He and his white seatmate were assaulted as they entered a whites-only waiting room in a South Carolina bus terminal.
We were attacked by a group of young white men and beaten and left lying in a pool of blood. The local police officials arrived and wanted to know whether we wanted to press charges, and we said no. We come in peace, with love and nonviolence.
Often it was a white rider who was attacked first. Jim Zwerg ended up in the hospital.
I heard a crack and fell forward, rolled over on my back, and a foot came down in my face, and that was it. I was out.
We're willing to accept death. But we're going to keep coming until we can ride from anywhere in the South.
Some buses had police or military on board, but they often did nothing when the people getting off the buses were attacked. This Freedom Rider bus went up in flames in Alabama after a firebomb was thrown through a window. Hank Thomas remembers the terror he felt.
As the bus was burning, we all had a decision to make. And that was, do you still try to get off the bus and go into the mob where you were certainly going to be beaten to death?
As the riders escaped from the bus, they were viciously beaten, but no one died. Despite calls by government officials for the Freedom Rides to stop, Diane Nash, a student civil rights leader, says the movement was not giving up.
It was clear to me that if we allowed the Freedom Ride to stop at that point, just after so much violence had been inflicted, the message would have been sent that all you have to do to stop a nonviolent campaign is inflict massive violence.
As the rides continued, more activists were jailed for violating segregation laws, especially in Mississippi. Some were crowded into small cells and got no exercise. Bernard Lafayette Jr. says when the prisoners refused to stop singing freedom songs, mattresses, sheets, and toothbrushes were taken away.
Buses are a-comin', buses are a-comin', buses are a-comin', oh yes.
Civil rights leader C.T. Vivian rode on the bus and says the Freedom Riders brought hope to blacks in rural areas of the South, who later formed the backbone of the civil rights movement.
Their hopes were on us, and we were supposed to, in fact, do what we're doing and to make it so that one day their children wouldn't have to put up with what they put up with.
The efforts of the Freedom Riders paid off. At the end of 1961, the U.S. government banned segregation at interstate travel facilities and on interstate buses and trains. Deborah, VOA News, Washington.